to part 2 of Madcap Mirror trilogy. I have no idea. I'm so disappointed. the uh, the crash and burn, the literal crash and burn. We haven't had that in a while, and I'm sorry you guys had to experience that tonight. Not saying that it's never happened, because yeah, it happens. Happens to the best of us. The Festivus, the best of us, but it's embarrassing to have it happen to me, and it's one of the reasons why I really would love a new streaming computer. Anyway, so we're going to jam another game. We thankfully do now have the arts for the cards, so we're going to play a game now. I like the green splash. We get to play cool cards like Huntmaster, you know, Huntmaster of the Fells. It's a cool card. And you know what else? The green splash lets us kind of get around one of the major drawbacks of Madcap Mirror, in theory. So thanks for sticking around, guys. Those of you that did, I certainly saw some of you hanging out in the BrewSpy chat. That means a lot to me, for sure. It's like, I want to get this deck to a certain point, but I hear you guys. You know, some of you guys earlier were mentioning, well, Brew until March 3rd, so why don't you just jam some games? And, you know, I mean, I want to have some sort of an idea what the deck's doing before we just start jamming, but maybe we don't have that luxury. I guess I'll go tap land first because I have no idea what he is. I don't think we need this turn 1 bolt, but we'll see. We'll see how we'd like the roast too. Hopefully some of you guys are still hanging with us. Oh no! Foothills go! What could he be? What could he be? Alright, probably Misty suspend the search. I think most efficiently. Because, like, what else am I going to do? You know, I guess I could peer through depths. Try to find Madcap. Try to find Cryptic. I mean, it depends on the matchup. There's a little bit I can tell from seeing Foothills. I mean, I think my brain goes Valakut because he didn't have a play, but he's probably a search. I mean, my opponent's brain is probably going, you know, Scape Shift right now. That's probably what he's thinking. And, like, am I supposed to pop off Searcher tomorrow's? That's my next question to you guys. Am I supposed to pop off the searches that I draw in the early stages? But am I supposed to hold ones that we draw in the later stages? Oh, okay, this is what he is. Yeah, we'll probably just kill that end step, for sure. I can't stand waiting for the possible rules change. Could quite possibly be the most exciting no changes. Oh yeah, Joe? Yeah. That is a thing. Alright, so he's Coco Cabana combo. We just played against this, although we didn't get our third game. And, I mean, that's my fault. Oh, man, are we not going to get... Well, we are going to get a third land drop. So let's kick it back. We've got Mana Leak or Peer Through Depths if he doesn't do squat. So I actually feel pretty good about that. Even though we did miss our land drop. You know what? I am just going to Mana Leak this. No. We got to save Mana Leak for... We got to save Mana Leak for company. And it looks like he really needs the mana. So let's Peer Through Depths. What if we, like, Peer Through Depths for a burn spell and then we... Alright, so we haven't done much of the setup for Madcap. I think I'm supposed to take Serum Visions here. It's not time yet. It's not time. Your time has not yet come. We'll search you out later. We can also, like, Snapcaster Peer Through Depths. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, Joe. It's an interesting thought. I'm probably still just snap bolting this druid, right? I guess I don't have to spend the snap. I could just go roast. Could technically just roast. Well, we'll see what we draw. We don't know what we're drawing, so island, please. God, Searcher tomorrow is a crazy good card. You know what? I am gonna Serum, and if we don't hit land, we can just roast. If we did hit land there, we had some other options we could do. I don't really need Field of Ruin in this matchup. I'm fine with just a Misty. Why don't we go bottom top? I do like going to the the fourth land of this deck for sure. We'll go ahead and roast that. What do you think's going to happen, Joe? Another druid. Still no land drop. I mean, I could snap roast now. That feels decent. I mean, again, like, okay, we could also just finally sit back. We have this, second peer through depths. I can just sit back and let him finally have the druid, and if he actually draws something, we can just, snap bolt the druid end step anyway. So I don't have to necessarily go crazy here. Courser of Crufix. All right, we'll leak. Although I keep thinking I need to save that leak for like a company. Just hope he gets Stoneforge back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's fine. Okay, so he's actually kind of like Green Devotion. Interesting. Keep thinking he's like multiple colors, but actually he's just like a big green deck. Okay, well now we know what we're up against. So there's no fear of company, actually. I do have a main board Chandra, so like I kind of want to be greedy here and take a little damage, but yeah, we will. Peer through depths. Oh, meant to tap blue there. Logic not. Any order. Sounds good. And now I'm feeling pretty good. Oh wow, we drew another mirror. Alright. Serum. Alright, if there are changes, it would make this Pro Tour kind of boring. You'll be watching the end of an era. Well, there might not be any changes. That might be the whole thing. God, do I just keep this? These aren't bad cards in this situation. They're not bad cards here. I don't like drawing this much air, though, so it's tempting to actually even let go of the serum. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? No, because I really just want to sit on 4 mana next turn. I don't really want to be tapping for the serum, but I don't mind the Snapcaster. Let's kick it back. And, I mean, if I have to Logic Knight here, I'm about to lose a lot of the options that these snaps would have, unfortunately. So maybe this is wrong. Like, I'm probably going to have to give up most of the things in our yard to pull off this Logic Knot. Because he's going to have a lot of mana, that's all. Ooh, Scavenging Ooze. Okay. So he's going to have access to 3 green mana. So, like, he can ooze for how many cards? How many creatures? There's 3 creatures. Yeah, he can grow beyond the Snap Bolt. I mean, I could also just untap Snap Roast. I think it's still correct to just not here. For X is 2, 3. Sorry, I have to do for 3. 1, 2. Oh, I guess I did it for 4 because I tapped my land as well. I needed to do it for 3 there. It would have been fine. Yeah, you're supposed to leave open mana there because that might suggest I have something. I mean, giving him an island here wouldn't ruin his day. He'll still be able to function. Although I could hit the land that he's trying to untap with the Dryad Arbor, or the Arbor Elf. So that's kind of a neat interaction with borders. So that's a little weird thing. Like, I've, like, stolen, like, animated lands. I mean, obviously there's the applications against Tron. But yeah, I actually can technically deny him mana here if he uses the Arbor Elf. Yeah, so here we go. And you're like, well, BrewSpy, he still might have a scary play. Like, are you sure you want to do something as cute as this? And my answer is, yes. Yes, I do. The old instant speed spreading seas. Ye old instant speed spreading seas. You can untap this forest for me. That would be nice. Thank you very much now. An opponent is like, what is this jank? What just happened? Oh, he still cast a Tireless. Okay. Oh, but he didn't have a land drop for the Tireless. That's huge. So I could go Snap Roast the Tracker. Might still be correct for me to Snap Bolt the Tracker. I like Snap Roasting the Tracker. Well, Snap Bolt Tracker suggests I have another play. It might be correct for me to do it for that reason. Yeah, I'm going to snap Bolt Tracker, just because it suggests we might have another play, even though I don't. 2 mana represents a lot more than 1 mana, of course. And we're happy to trade the Snapcaster here with the Arbor Elf if he wants to do that. Opponent's got 5 cards in hand though, so he'll probably still jam something, but it might be something that we wouldn't care about anyway, hopefully. Just because I was trying to represent having something. Nope, it's a Thragtusk. Or like a Garruk or something scary. Unfortunate. I still don't think you can leave the tracker on the table. Oh! Primal Command. Okay. You just Primal Commanded a forest back onto your own. That was a weird play. He basically just used that as a tutor up witness. You should have hit one of my let me draw a lightning bolt. That was bizarre. Oh man, we could snap borders. Yeah, we could. That was a little strange. And I just want to sit on the snap leak or snap. That was just a little bizarre, right? Because like now, like I would have been drawing a dead land, well, a land that we didn't want to draw if he'd Primal Commanded one of my lands. He Primal Commanded his own land, put it on top, and then still shuffled due to the search of a creature. That was strange. He really wanted it back, I guess. I don't know. Witness. Could spend the, well, not the snap. Well, no, actually, this is a spot where snap Mana Leak still works. Because he's already got a -1/-1 counter on the Druid. So snap Leak does counter this in this instance. I think we want to. I mean, his hand's got to be gas if he's not drawing mana. So. We're grinding it out. We'll see if we get there. We don't have the exchanged land anymore, unfortunately. Mana Leak down. Here's an Arbor Elf. That's okay. Another Lightning Bolt. Get in with the dudes. I don't think he can afford to block these, but maybe he will. I mean, we're losing them anyway if we go for the mirror. So we've got Snap Logic Knot for 6. Yeah, it's a Snap Knot for 6. Okay. Is this like a Genesis Wave? Oh, just casting Primal Command? Okay. I mean, I still can't really let that resolve. Oh. Thanks for that follow. Nick's Born Sphinx. Thanks for the follow. We need to do it for at least 2. So what do I not need? Probably don't need the redundant serums and Pure. Actually, I kind of still prefer Pure Through Depths over the Serum Visions in most situations. Let's go for Flexible. I only have one more Snapcaster anyway. So I'll delve for 2. Logic for 2, I mean. Yep, that was the literal 3rd Snapcaster. Alright, can we get there? Wow, the 4th Snapcaster? You gotta be kidding me. That's like the nuts. That's crazy. Here comes the team. Maybe I'm supposed to bolt his Arbor Elf. No, it's okay. If he wants to, he can trade. I think I'm okay with that. It's fine. So, bolt, bolt, snap, bolt. Does he have another Primal Command? Oh, Polukranos? Okay. Well, but bolt, bolt, snap, bolt, like, kills him. So, God, bolt's such a crazy card when you think about it, man. You got something else you want to do, though? Birds. Okay. Remember, the cards you delve don't get reshuffled, so sculpting the next shuffle is something to think about. Oh yeah, that's true. If we add more cards, that's true, Locorn. So that's the benefit of like the Logic Knot or the Harvest Pyre. Yes, they won't get shuffled. Bolt, 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 bolt. So many bolts. All of the bolts. All of the bolts. Oh, I should just hit him, though. And then we drew it, guys, and it was time to madcap, right? Right? It was time? Was this the board state we were looking for? Was this the board state? Yeah, I do like that factor, Lol Corn. That's very cool. That's very interesting. Yeah, we should definitely have at least 1 or 2 delve spells in the deck. We might want to, not do a 1-1 split. We might want the second just because of that factor. We're like, oh, we can delve all this garbage out of our deck. Cool. Like logic not, like the cool thing about not or even Harvest Pyre is we can overpay on it on purpose. And opponents will be like, whoa, 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 that was overkill. Why? And then it's like, well, but that's why. I don't think this is a matchup for Madcap Mirror, is it? Like, us... Well, okay, the Borders was kind of cool there that we got to use it on his Arbor Elf activation. So, like, I think that Borders is kind of cool, but, like, still not good for this matchup. He's just, like, Mono Green Devotion. So I kind of want to cut this package and get into... Maybe not necessarily the Through the Breach plan, although I don't think he'd have much for that, of course. I mean, again, like Low Corn, like I want to be testing the experiment, though. Like, is this a matchup where we feasibly could still pull it off? I mean, this is what we need to be testing. This is our stipulation right here. This package here, this 8-card package. It's frustrating. Okay, what was kind of awkward? Maybe Chandra's not all that great here, although she would have killed a Pulachronos. Huntmaster could run wild with this too. Cutting Mirror doesn't make sense. What, because that's what we're trying to test, Ray? Yeah, that's a good point. That is what we're trying to test. Is what we're trying to figure out how to get working. Yeah, I see your point. We'll keep it in, but like maybe some of these other elements aren't all that great. We did great there. Oh, Spell Snare is bad. It only has that 1/2 drop as a target. Spell Snare has to come out, so we have room for 2 cards. I could run a couple Angers. I could run the Entrancing Melody. And then we have an Arbor Elf after the fact, and then we can use that Arbor Elf to untap our breeding pools. I know that sounds cute, but like that's how cute this deck really is. We have to think about those little edges. Like steal their 1-drop, use it for the good of our jank plan. Feels like we're trying to compensate for Mirror and not use it still. Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't think this is really a great Vendilion Click matchup, actually. I mean, we would just probably be using it on ourselves. Why don't we try to run away with the game with Huntmaster and maybe run like an Anger over the Roast? No, the Roast is good. Let's run, let's cut maybe even a Cryptic. No, that's crazy. Right, he's a ramp deck. Mana Leak shouldn't have hit. Mana Leak shouldn't have been hitting as much as it did, so give me, give me that Anger. There we go. Yeah, Mana Leak shouldn't have been hitting as much as it was. We got lucky. He got a little bit mana screwed. I mean, Dispel doesn't counter Primal Command. I mean, that'd be a reason to leave in Mana Leak is Primal Command. Alright, it still feels like we're just trying to compensate for Mirror and not actually use it. Maybe the fact he wants to cut Mirror every match means it doesn't. Yeah, very true, Irish. Very true. Speaking of which, that's a brick, but... And actually, this is a really bad hand. This is some of our only green sources. Actually, I think these are the 2 green sources that aren't blue in our opener. But I like this. I like this. We'll keep. And yeah, I'll keep a Cryptic. Maybe it doesn't work, right? Since we have the Mountain, we can't get Basic Forest here. We have to shock for this Search Suspend. And again, like, am I supposed to hold the Search for tomorrows? I know that sounds so, like, just bizarre, right? I mean, like, are we supposed to hold these for when? I don't think we can. I think the first one we see, we definitely suspend, but maybe the second one I see, I hang on to. Just that's in reference to, that's specifically in reference to me thinking about, I think I have to get the breeding pool, to the Madcap. I think the first one we see, we suspend. The second one, maybe we hang out. Anyway. Yeah, you got wrecked by Automod. It says message held for the reason sexual. Thank you for your response. Druid. Opponent's doing it this time. Well, we did win game 1, so... And we literally played the playset of Snapcaster Mages, so... That's true. Alright, let's play the Scalding Tarn. So we can Delve, or if there's something we don't want to counter, we can Peer Through Depths. I mean, I hope I don't have to spend the counter spell already, but like that's what my opponent's deck is built to do. He's playing Abzan, actually. Abzan. I thought he was mono green. Look at this thing. Kind of glad we left in those Steal a Land cards. I mean, are there cards here that we kind of miss? Yeah. Sanctuary. Yeah, that's a problem. But, I mean, he can just pay for Logic for 2, so you got it. Yep, that's a bit of a problem. If I target his dudes, he draws cards. Seems good. That's what Automod said. It says, held for reasons sexual. Yep, you can have that 1/1. Oh man, Kessig, is this how we're gonna die? Kessig, woof, run. Yeah, I think that's how we're gonna die. That's okay, at least we get to see more of what's going on. We get to see the goods. Are we gonna draw an Anger of the Gods? I kind of have to hope so. So maybe I am supposed to shock myself here to get the peer off and then try to... We hope to peer through depths into the Anger. That is not an Anger of the Gods. It was not what I was looking for. And neither were any... Oh, we had a Searcher tomorrow coming off. I didn't need to shock myself there. That was stupid. Like if we peered into Anger, I could have still had red. That was dumb. We just took 2 free damage. All right, we're just helping the opponent out. Sometimes you need a little bit of help. Oh man, there's the Madcap, but we're just not ready. Like now, I kind of wish we had that search. All right, well, your move. Yep, you get a Utopia Sprawl. Yep, you get that. You get that. That happens. Yep. Cryptic, save us. Do what you do best in Modern and save us from a ridiculous board state. Please. Whew. Prima Tima. Alright, yeah, counter draw looking for Anger. I think that's the line, because we can't really remove these dudes, these dorks. And we're going to die to a Kessig. Nope, that's a Forest. It's kind of like drawing an Anger of the Gods, right, guys? Kind of like it, sort of. Alright, switch the way. Is Anger one of my next 3 cards? Nope, there's a Cryptic, bottom top. Nope, but there was hope. Yeah, I mean, I can do it again. I can Serum again. It's fine, I suppose. Holy snaps, Batman. Do we chain those together? Yeah, we have 6 mana and we have 4 blue. Holy snaps, Batman. I'll even play the Forest so he's not thinking about Anger. Do not think about Anger, opponent. Am I still just dead here? I mean, sure, if he just does something besides pump up the jams on this Kessig. I mean, just because there's a Shaper Sanctuary out here doesn't mean in a pinch I can't, you know, kill one of his dudes if he like pumps them up with Kessig Wolfrun. Like I would do that. Obviously, I'd rather give my opponent a card than lose the game, but all right, maybe if we play enough card filtering, we'll never draw a mirror, says Ray. Well, this is technically a mirror, right? I mean, Ray, I technically have a mirror in my hand. Like, this is trying to go get mirror. Oh, he's just trying to beat us down with the Kessig. This is what I feared. I mean, I would still wait until he Kessiged the Druid before killing it. Anyway, so... I guess he's just all in on the Kessig plan. Okay. Well, if this doesn't kill us, just puts us low, like, it's not over. I unfortunately do not have an answer for this. Right now, anyway. Like, we need to chain Cryptics into the Yeah, we just need to chain cryptics into anger is the plan. It's only 6. 6 does not kill us. Does not end the game. I do not have enough blue, though, to cryptic into Logic Knot. That's worth noting. These basics do sometimes screw us, I imagine, from plays like that. I mean, I would assume his last card doesn't mean anything, so like I'm tempted to just tap his team and then lose to whatever he actually did draw. No, we don't want to do that. I mean, technically, if that's what he wants to do, spend all his mana, like, I could justify letting him have a draw. I think, again, that's also wrong. I think I'm supposed to do this. Tap draw still representing something. Just untap his druid, don't tap team. Oh, he can untap the druid. That is stupid of me. Yeah, we're actually just dead here, aren't we? But he didn't see it. Oh, he just had something else he wanted to slam. Okay. Yeah, that was dumb. A cryptic tap actually was a really bad call. And now he gets to resolve the next thing because I don't have another blue mana. Ugh, we're so blue heavy with the logic and cryptics. Like we need even more. So he's gonna gain 7 in search. Oh, okay. Can I gain 7? It's target player. Can you target us? Give you 7 life. God, this is awful. I'm not proud of what happened there. Oh, are we just dead? Vizier of Remedies, yeah. Vizier of Remedies, make infinite mana. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to play it now. Okay. Because he could put a counter on the druid. Okay, so we roast the druid. I don't even know what we want to do anymore. Yeah, tapping team was dangerous because he could just untap druid and still kill us. What am I supposed to do here? I've got Snap Cryptic. I could roast the druid and then he doesn't have infinite mana. And then he just kills us with an Arbor Elf. Actually, roasting feels so bad with the Sanctuary. I mean, he didn't do it last time. He didn't kill us last time. Maybe he won't see to do it this time. Is that playful? Is that maybe a little hopeful? Too hopeful? I mean, counter tap his team. He'll just play the Devoted Druid or the Vizier afterwards and then kill us anyway. I mean, we need to be chaining these cryptics to hit the anger is really kind of our out here. Counter the big stuff, chain to the anger. Chain cantrips to the anger. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to even Serum Visions here because we could hit a land drop and then I'm still doing the same exact play. I think that's dangerous though. If you care about the testing aspect, then whatever. Johnny likes roast, sap, roast. Lil Corn says serum into roast. So you like serum roast? Okay. I'll try it. I think I'm supposed to sit back on the snap, like, cause like opponent could still just kill us here with an attack if I don't hold up snap cryptic. But yeah, I mean he did have the kill on us, right? He could have untapped the druid and still killed us. Like float all the mana, put it all into the druid, like untap the druid. Yeah. Well, I could take the Kessig. We don't have enough mana to do it yet. Is that a reason to consider keeping borders? Just like grab his Kessig, swap it for like a mountain or one of the islands. Well, probably a mountain or the forest. No, I'd give him a mountain. I mean, it's tilting. It's like right there and out to this card. How about we consider keeping this? If I can just grab the Kessig, it's not as big a deal. Taking Kessig does buy time. Taking it now means he can't kill you. Well, I can't take it now. This is going to the top. If I peer through depths, I don't have enough mana to grab it. So we're kind of out of luck here. I mean, I could peer through depths hoping for Anger the Gods. As we're technically dead here unless the opponent makes another misplay. I think, although he didn't think about the untapped druid kill us with Kessig, I think opponent would think about, like if I leave open red, we could hit Anger. Like it could be in the top 5 cards. Like if that's what we were thinking, I should have bottomed both of those cards and then peered looking at 5. So if we're technically dead to... Oh, okay. Now, just think, that might have been the last card. God, Peer Through Depths is sweet. Peer Through Depths is sweet. I like it as a 1 to 2 of, for sure. Maybe not the playset, but that was beautiful. And I even maybe screwed us by leaving the steel, the land swap card. Land exchange. It's the land exchange. Alright, what do you got? Something big and scary, I imagine? There's Vizier of Remedies. What else? He floated extra mana, so I assume it's something. Okay. Well, but that doesn't immediately make the infinite mana. And now I have Snap, Anger, and now this is a game. And now, just now, guys, it was a game of Magic. No, but now it's like, oh, we don't even care about this poor card. A boom goes the dynamite. We have another blue. We have another island to search out, right? Yeah. Okay, kick it back. And I'm holding up Logic Knot behind all this. This is disgusting. And now we need to think about, okay, what spells do we need to delve away that we don't want to have back in the deck? Like, should I delve away fetches? Like, don't we kind of want those when we... I mean, we haven't set up the experiment. Hence, the issue... I was supposed to grab Steam Vents there, I think. But it's okay. Yeah, it's like, when are we ever going to have that board state that we keep talking about where I can actually do this? This Madcap's going to be so good. Like, but how, Irish? Like, when am I... We're not... We need more synergy for it. We're not set up for it at all. I haven't stolen any of these creatures. I haven't... yeah, I mean, like... I mean, I guess I snap Peer Through Depths. Although Snap Cryptic seems juicier. Well, I could hit another Cryptic. I don't like doing nothing when he's got nothing going on. So let's go ahead and... I'm going to snap Peer Through Depths. And I don't really want to bolt one of his creatures when he has Shaper's Sanctuary. So maybe we're supposed to also consider just bolting. Let's see what we get off this first. Alright, so there's the land swap, so we can grab the Kessig, which is scary. Any order. Bolt face. So I don't really want to aim it at a creature. Although maybe that's not justification for spending a card there. Double Shifting Borders. I could also take the Overgrown that has a Utopia Sprawl on it. I mean, now we could feasibly do the experiment, but just imagine if Madcap was any other 4-drop. Well, actually, Madcap could just be another mirror, though, Ray. Like, we have to... This card has to be involved in the deck at some point for us to get the money, Ray. Like, Lich's Mirror has to be involved in the board plan, at least in some way. I agree. Just imagine if it was something else. Absolutely. But, like, now we're going to end step, take his problematic lands. Like, we'll take the Kessig probably first, and then we'll take the Overgrown Tomb. Could just be a Platinum Empyrean. Exactly. It could. Absolutely, Ray. It could. But it doesn't... But then we're not doing the stipulation. We're winning despite the build around card is what you're saying. Oh, okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yep. Yeah, we won this match despite the stipulation. Okay, so do we need to build more synergy, or do we need to just start over? I think that Logic Knot has synergy here because it's like sculpting for the next mirror. Like, we can delve away certain cards on purpose that we don't necessarily want to redraw. Like, for example, it's a matchup where we spend an Electrolyze, but we're like, well, this Electrolyze isn't going to be good against the opponent. Delving that permanently away almost makes me want to run 2 Logic Knots. Almost. Like, okay, if I'd held the Searcher tomorrow, we could have waited. Delve seems pretty good. What exactly we're using the mirror for? Gain 20, draw 7 is the idea. Is the stip to make a mirror deck or run both cards? Oh, do exclamation mark mirror, Joe, and check out the rules for the stipulation. Okay. So how many borders would we need to run then? We're already running the number of mirrors we have to run for the stipulation. We have 2. So this doesn't change. We can't change this if we still want the prize money. How do we formulate the... I mean, I wasn't impressed with Electrolyze. We didn't get to use it, though. Do we... I mean, Melody makes sense. It's just not a main deckable card. Melody is something we keep after the mirror. And I know you're sitting there, well, BrewSpy, if you're melodying a permanent, like you're probably winning anyway. I get it. We're trying to make this not win more. But I still think the deck needs the snaps and the cryptic commands to support it, you know? Why don't you do some rituals? All right, if we're going more in on borders, we should also go deeper on Arcane. Probably with a ritual. Well, Peer Through Depths is Arcane. That's actually one of the reasons why it's here. It's probably more fun to watch borders work, but the synergy would come from utilizing a draw 7 that works on low mana, takes advantage of dumping your hand early without building a board like Burn. Or combo. Yeah. No, I don't disagree, Irish. That's definitely something we talked about, like Burn or Storm or just other weird combo. Probably still the better home for Mirror. Mott says, what about Empyrean instead? But if we don't play this card, we don't get the prize money. It's It's up to $1,300. Have I tried War of Invention? No, I haven't, Joe. I have not. I just also see some issue. Like, okay, so if we're playing a Word deck and we're not Lantern, we're playing maybe like Tesserator. I love Tesserator. I'd be down. But like, how do we make the mirror helpful in Tesserator? Is it just I'm going to put this on the table because I'm worried about dying, and then I hope that my 7 like the problem is the tempo, right? Magic is a game of tempo. The problem with this card is precisely that. Like the going back to starting life total, that's great in Modern. Drawing 7 fresh cards, that's great in Modern. Those aren't bad things. The bad thing about it is it's tempo. It's a 5 mana clunky artifact that you have to somehow die for it to give you those advantages. And I just don't think there's a card besides Madcap that tutors, puts Mirror into play, and kills us all at once as efficiently. Use Tezzeret to hit them with it? Yeah. I feel like that's defeating the purpose of the stip, though. What about some sort of shoals? Ooh, which shoal? Treebeard says, that's what I'm saying. Let it be cast multiple times via splice. Right now, it's just off itself or peer. What, the borders? Well, Treebeard, you were one of the only ones besides myself that was excited about the idea of borders in a Cryptic Command style deck. So you're saying run like even just the first ritual? I could cut a land and run a ritual. I feel like we have a lot of mana. First of all, like the fact that we have 4 searches and we're on 24, I think we have a little bit too much land. I was worried about not having enough basics to search out with searches, because we will cast the first couple searches. And like maybe the Gargadon's just cute. Maybe again we still want to be on the Chandra emblem or Chandra advantage, Snapcaster, Vendilion Click, Burn. Like maybe the Gargadon is cute. I like the first Garg. Again, it's like part of this package, like these pieces, that we're trying to pull off. And again, like if you look at this, okay, well, you're like, okay, we're looking at this 10, and then we're looking at the rest, 12, 17, 28 cards that actually seem conducive to like a blue-red X control-ish shell. And then, where do we, the borders, borders is part of this package too, excuse me. These are like normal. This is the normal part. So 24-ish normal cards. I think we're missing out on card slots. Right. We should maybe be on only 22 lands thanks to the help from Search. I think the Field of Ruins are greedy. We already have a way to swap lands. I think these are a bit greedy. These have been awkward. We have pretty heavy mana requirements. We're single green, double red, triple blue. So I'm going to cut those, and we'll do some more testing. We'll see how 22 land works with the Searches and the Serums. You should run Karmetra over Gargadon. Why is that? There are other suspend threats we could be playing. There are other suspend cards we could be playing. Don't think we can play it in a fair deck. All right, if you cast 3 trade spells, you get up to something like even parity and only a loss of tempo. If you push 2 creatures, ghost quarter, 2 lands, and Thoughtseize, it's still pretty bad. Why are we talking about Karmetra? Which one? I'm assuming you meant the god. Shadowless says you need Car Metra over Gargadon. How does she play into the Madcap mirror? I also think we might even be on too many Madcaps. I know, like normally the Madcap decks, like they play the playset and they're just slamming it. Like ours takes a little bit more work, a little more finesse, a little more nuance. Like we want to have a suspended search or Gargadon first. We have like all these peer through depths. So like I'm not having problems finding the Madcaps. We could even cut the third Madcap and run one more Borders, or just another solid card. You should play the red-blue god. Kronos? Oh, wrong god. You mean the blue-red god? Yeah, Kronos is cool. He also doesn't persist through mirror, though. Finesse, that's a good word. Yeah, thanks, Irish. I'm trying. Yeah, so like, my thought, I like the delve spells. We found that we like that effect because it kind of sculpts what's going back into the deck. We like the two of Peer Through Depths. So you're suggesting a ritual? Okay. I almost would still just rather have a different arcane spell first. Or just an extra Borders. I mean, I still think the Peer Through Depths are more playable than the third Borders. Right? I mean, Peer Through Depths, we've also used to piece together some of our sideboard cards. Like Peer sees Dispel, it sees the Melody, it sees Grudges, Angers, Breaches. Like it sees 10 cards of our sideboard, and then it also sees the Madcap and the Borders, and it can kind of piece this together because like we can't. I just don't think we can support. I almost would rather have a different, or this can also find searches. Like the fact that these not only can be spliced onto, these also help us piece this plus this plus this together, with actually still running a solid, search spell. I mean, this still finds like the Electrolyze, the Bolts. This will still find the Logic Knots, the Cryptics. So I really like. I feel like Peer brings this 9 together. I feel like this brings this 9 together because we want to see these 6 elements in addition to this 1 element. Ray says, no, we're not having trouble finding Madcap because we never want to draw it or cast it. Yeah, that's fair. Let's cut one more and let's go heavier on the Peers. Let's just piece this together. Let's stitch it together and maybe even consider running one more Borders over the third experiment. All right, let's piece it together. Let's peer it together. Let's try that at least. I'll just buy one. They're cheap. Probably have credit. I can just get it for freebies. Let's try to stitch it together. We'll use Peer Through Depths to do it. I mean, I think if you're going to be that heavy on Peers, you want other 2-mana plays. Logic, that's where we'd also want like and stuff that if doing this, we're doing something like that. Actually, there's probably too many Peers already. It should probably just be 3. I think a 3-2 split on the Peers and the Madcap is still viable. I think this will still work. And we could also just draw the mirror itself. That's one thing you can't do with something like Angel or Platinum. They're very hard to hardcast. All right, Ray says, are we still having the trouble with must play a major role? Yeah, I am. Well, I mean, in theory, I want it to happen. Like we're doing all these things to try to set up for it where it is going to be sweet. Where we're like, okay, we've exchanged 2 lands and we suspended a Gargadon. Let's go. Or we've exchanged a land, suspended a Gargadon, suspended a Search for Tomorrow. It's not coming off till next turn. Let's do it. Let's slam the experiment. I think because it takes all those different elements, I like it being something that we search out of the deck more often than, oh, it's in our opener hand. It's like, we're not ready for this yet. Because it takes setting up. It takes, as I put it to you, Irish, it takes some finesse. It's so slow to turn the corner, though. Well, Ray, if you have a better suggestion, hit me. I'm just glad that we're playing games. I mean, we've spent like the last 2 or 3 streams just in complete theory. And I love Magic Theory. When I played music, I love music theory. Like I like theory. I'm an engineer. I like theory, but I know that's not that necessarily entertaining to watch. What is the strategy here? Well, most of the rest of the deck it's just a deck with mirror. Yeah, I kind of want another 2-drop just on an off the cuff. Maybe like an Is a Charm or something flexible. I don't have a better suggestion. I just wanted to point out I don't think our approach has met the conditions. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we'll leave it up to Low Corn's pretty active in our channel, so like I'll run this by Low Corn and be like, oh, like, well, is this close? And they'll be either like yes or no. Let's just add a couple remand. I don't hate the idea of the card. I want something else that's relatively proactive to be doing on the turns where we don't have. Yeah, I like the second remand. I mean, that's a lot of 4 drops, but all right. Let's jam again. Hazaret's Epic Experiment, something with eggs, throwing it into something like Narset Reanimator. Narset Reanimator. How would that do? What about a braid? Oh yeah, and a braid could be sweet. I like the idea of an abrade, shadowless. That's a good point. Maybe we like that even more than the roast. Yeah, like an abrade could be good. Yeah. Do I have one? Berman is a bit do nothing, and we're like, all right. I like the idea of an abrade. We were kind of hurting for another removal spell there. Yeah, I like the idea of a braid. Seems sweet. Why be in green? Yeah, I mean, we need to find more reasons to be in green besides just search. I mean, here's the other thing we could do, and I know you guys are like, BrewSpy, you're trolling us, right? Another way to make this a little bit lighter on its feet is do this. And then we're actually embracing the green. Like, we keep saying we don't want to draw Madcap. Well, there you go. There's your solution. We don't have to draw it as much. Now it's a bring to light. You happy? You happy, chat? Are you happy? Or I'll jokingly point this. I'll say it's your fault, Ray. That's what I'm gonna do. We'll say it's your fault. All right, 1 roast, 1 abrade, 1. Okay, so no remands. All right, so give me an abrade. We'll say it's your fault. Can we even play bring to light and pretend? Oh, come on. We're trying here. I love me some Bring to Light. All right, so I want to have some other bullets. Well, Bring to Light could just hit, well, it can't hit Chandra. Yeah, it's creature, instant, or sorcery. So, I mean, we'd have to build around. I mean, this makes me think of my old Bring to Light list. Where is it? All right. Kurgot says, play 4 Madcap, 2 Mirrors, and 54 good mono-red burn cards. There you go. Green, black, Death Shadow, play Mirror so we can kill ourselves, and then Death Cloud. That has been suggested. I did love that idea because I like Death Cloud. I did like that idea. And that's always the issue, right? You do a huge Death Cloud that like kills all their permanents, but it also kills you. It's a rampy deck. I like that idea. Arthur says you'll need a 4th mana. Yeah, we'll need a 4th card. We'll need a 4th color. I'm not sure what color we're splashing yet, in theory. Can we at least see this through? Because I love Bring to Light. I really like it. I like it a lot. Can we please just like see this through real quick stream? Just let me live the dream for just a moment. Let's see. Now normally Bring to Light is an escape shift plan. What about disrupting Shoal over Logic Knot? What? For splicing? Oh baby. Couldn't you just run more suspense stuff? Yeah, we could, Lord. Like, we could play, like, Ancestrals and more Gargadons, in theory. Kernot says, I am serious about it if it works. No, I knew you were serious, Korgot. That's just I hate to break it to you, but that's already been suggested, and that didn't count for the stipulation. Our stipulation... Oh, you are here, Corn. Oh, Corn's going to bed. Yeah, so Corn already mentioned that wouldn't count for the stipulation. So please read the stipulation rules. I'll type it for you. So it's !mirror. Click on this. It's going to give you the extensive rules for the stipulation that we've kind of set in stone, more or less. So I have until the 3rd of March. We have to play 2 Lich's Mirrors. It has to be a league. Has to stay in for about 50% of the games. Has to play a major role in the deck's main strategy. And that's where we're still falling short, I think, even with this Bring to Light idea. We have to, of course, I have to record it. And no, we're not going to be scummy. So if you want to look at those rules, they're in chat now. Kurgot says, I have read them. Yeah, I don't think that qualifies, does it? I love Bring to Light, but we really don't have the flexibility in our spells to want it. Iris says, I think the idea that it doesn't work for burn is wrong. At least you want to cast it there. Yeah, but like, it'd be a very different type of burn, wouldn't it? Or would it just be stock burn and we cut what cards I think are cute or bad? Maybe I just don't want to play burn. Is that why I'm fighting this idea? Arthur says that qualifies as scummy. I feel like we need a solitaire, Lich's Mirror, see if permanents hit the graveyard may be different in Moto interactions. If it does, it opens up a potential Tezzeret list. Burn Shell is the best way to utilize the one thing Mirror does. Yeah. Well, Burn wouldn't care about as much as... I mean, the thing is I feel like the deck needs to be able to, you know, Cryptic and tap, and then, like, you know, in certain matchups hit these sweepers, but it's like at the same time... the benefit of Bring is I could have, like, either a Damnation or a Supreme Verdict. Not a Supreme Verdict. Yeah, no, it would be Supreme Verdict. Like, if we go into white, we get Verdict. If we go into black, we get Damnation. Actually, Bring to Light could cast Restore Balance. Hold up. I mean, the issue is I can't put that on the stack and then the mirror happens. But, yeah, I mean, Bring to Light can go grab the Restore Balance we were trying to do earlier. Just a thought. The issue is these are, again, both sorcery speed interactions. Unless we literally have the mirror on the table and then a way for us to die. Yeah. Anyway. If you bring out an instant speed, mirror would work. Yeah. Yes, it'd be worse than other burn decks, but it'd be the best way to utilize what mirror does. I don't disagree, Irish. You like black? Yeah, black is Damnation, and then you get like weird things like Olivia, Volderin in the sideboard if you want that. You can run like K commands. What about Sanguine Bond? Oh, we looked into Sanguine Bond, Kurgat. It doesn't quite do what you want due to little weird things like, okay, so let's say you Oblivion Ring. First of all, you're spending 2 turns and 8 mana to Oblivion Ring a Sanguine Bond. And then it doesn't even do what we need it to do because Mirror would put the Oblivion Ring returning the permanent that was beneath it on the stack. Excuse me, and then we've already gained, theoretically, the 20 life after that point. Draw 7 if that's the one thing you're willing to pay 4 mana for your entire board for. Burn's the only one of the few ways. Yeah, I think that we are looking at the wrong archetypes. I hate to say it. I thought that Exchange was cool. I thought that stealing like permanence is cool. These all theoretically work with Mirror, but I don't disagree. Let's open a new copy. Oh man, it's already almost 3:30 for me. Let's stream at least till 4. Let's try one more build. So somebody suggested if we find a way to kill. The hard part without Madcap is how do we kill ourselves in response. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's move all this over, all of it. And we may not get to play the deck that we're brewing tonight because I used up all of my card hoarder budget today. But that's okay. Move this over, not think about it for a moment. All right, so we know we have to run 2 of this card. Burn is one way we could go. Combo is another way we could go. Somebody suggested Tezzerator. I mean, yeah, there are other ways to go find the mirrors. Like we could, you know, go get it with Whir. Somebody suggested eggs. We could play it in eggs, theoretically. I just think it's BS to say it doesn't synergize. I'm sorry if I said it doesn't synergize. I think it's awkward. Can I say it that way, Irish? But this exchange stuff is fun to watch, so that's fine. Yeah, I think it is fun to watch. I think it's just unfortunately we haven't. I mean, maybe we just need to go harder on like the exchange stuff that's actually like modern playable, which would be like the only really truly modern playable exchange that we found wasn't exchange. It was actually just stealing their creatures. It was, in theory, we could play a rampy deck that just steals their stuff with the new card that came out. Where is it? I mean, again, I'd love to not be done with this idea because I like it. So I think the only things we found that were working were Entrancing, Gargadon, maybe not even Gargadon, but Entrancing was working, but we just weren't finding the matchups to bring it in. What about Ad Nauseam? It doesn't really work because this is a replacement effect. So hold up, before we do like Bring to Light jank, the stuff that we did like was Melody. A rampy deck that plays Melody, steal their permanent. And then Madcap, we get to keep the permanent that we've stolen. Draw 7. And the land exchange was too cute, whereas the searches could actually work. I just wish we could run more than 4 searches. Or maybe we need to play more like a combo deck. Maybe we don't play them out if they're in our opener, and we just hold it. I mean, maybe that's what we were doing wrong, is we're supposed to suspend this the turn before we know we are actually ready to experiment. Because there was that one game where we had a search in the opener, and then we drew a Madcap, and I felt so dumb because I was like, wait, if we just held the search, we could have done this. Played out our hand. And again, like, you want to be a more proactive deck. Like, this is, instead of sitting back on counter spells, like just stealing their stuff and burning all their stuff seems more correct. Let's actually, maybe it's not a cryptic deck. Not that Snapcaster isn't where we want to be, but like maybe we're just not like as hard control. I still like the Temur colors for this, but give me a second. We also know that Planeswalker Ultimates work here. Obviously, Planeswalker Ultimates are always a solid idea. Let's not go with borders. Let's still run 1 main click, a couple of dispels. I like the Abrade idea. We can get that. Snaps. Let's try to main. I mean, like, yes, they're not going to be useful in every matchup. The melodies, but I have a playset, I think. Maybe we run like a split. Like 2 main, 2 side, 3 main, 1 side. Maybe it's just there aren't any other good steel cards that synergize with Madcap Mirror that we just run the playset, and it's like, well, if he's a combo deck, we just hope to draw the side of our deck that is useful here. And that's fine. That's a way to build it. You know, we don't have to, we're not forced to run anything here. It's just, the only thing we're forced to run is the mirrors. And again, that makes for weird deck building. Or suboptimal deck building for sure, but it makes it interesting at the same time. Same mana base. I just don't think we have enough time to build another deck and still play some games tonight is kind of why I'm leaning towards this idea. Also stream. I like Angers. I like the Dispels. I like the Grudges. I mean, I like Huntmaster in theory, but it's still kind of in the same realm as this kind of stuff. I like the sideboard Breach plan. Because there will easily be matchups where it's really cute and we can't get away with doing it. And I think having a transformational sideboard is a good idea. So this is a 3 mana play. The melodies, this is 3 mana or more. This is up here in the curve. Snaps are also up there. So like, we'd be really heavy on 3s, but maybe that's more correct. Howdy Brew, need to replace my whole deck before next weekend. Why do you say that, Stardust? Jay says, have you found a base to work off of, or is the card just impossible to make? I appreciate you coming in here, J-Bone. Try to help. We're reaching the impossible. But we have a real sponsor now. Did you check that out? J-Bone? Somebody that we know and trust and has donated to the stream before. Made up new rules for the Stip. Kept most of the relevant rules still. And second or third Madcap. Yeah, okay. And looked into it and basically retooled the stipulation. So yeah, we're really heavy on 3s, but that's okay. I have room for more 2s. Alright, have controlling permanents he owns, make the downside of Mirror more manageable. Yeah, but now we're not stealing permanents at all. This is all about Search for Tomorrow at this point, right? And we should try to aim to suspend the search before we do the Madcap and make sure it's still on the suspend. I like the first Gargadon. I think 1 Gargadon's not going to break the bank. We could also just play Crack the Earth. You like Melody? I think it's the only card that like we've found out of all the exchange or borrowing permanents that's like feasibly in the realm of reasonable. Could also sideboard the Chandra. I mean, Planeswalker Ultimates, Planeswalker emblems do persist beyond the mirror as well. Alright, sorry I missed the rest of the stream. Got this little guy today and he's in constant need of attention. Ooh. Been talking about computers today. I actually had a crash earlier tonight. Oh, never mind. That's adorable. I thought you were going to show us a computer. That's freaking adorable, man. Aw. Nice, dude. He's cute. I like dogs. Alright, anyway. Nice, J-Bone. Congratulations. Melody's actually a reasonable card by itself. It's not a particular combo with the mirror, though. What do you mean, Ray? Yeah, we keep the creature that we've stolen. So not only is it a reasonable card on its own, it's reasonable before we go for Madcap. Like, we need to find more, like, suspending search, suspending a Gargadon, and entrancing something are all reasonable plays to do prior to the experiment. I'm just worried about like non-creature archetypes. I'm worried about the non-creature. I also think that's too much pure. I think we should just be on 2. I'm worried about the non-creature archetypes that we're going to face. And like what types of permission should we, if we're not going to be like sit back on cryptics, like what types of permission are we going to be playing? Are we playing Remand? Are we playing Is it Charmed? Logic Knot? I do like the first Logic, actually. We'll keep that. Like what types of permission? Run another Gargadon? We could run 2 Gargs. I could see as many as 2 Gargadon in the list, like tops. I could see 2. I could see 2. Suspend seems like how you're going to get around the mirror drawbacks. Yeah, I think as many as 2. I think the first Gargadon makes sense. Maybe we liked it enough we try the second one. If we have stolen something and stabilized to the point where we want a mirror, we really didn't need the mirror. We could have just killed them. Probably, Ray. Probably. All right, 4 Faithless Looting, 8 Ritual, 4 Metamorphose, 4 Pyromancer's Ascensions. Oh, yeah, Big Storm. Yeah, I definitely agree. I was actually thinking like a Big Storm deck myself. Kurganot. Yeah, Kurganot. That's what I was thinking too. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Still like the suspend idea? Me too. Me too. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, this is us really more embracing the suspension. We tried, J-Bone, we already did try Restore Balance earlier tonight. It didn't quite work. It just was too many. It just was too much. I hate to say it. All right, let's get in a Braid, and then we need to figure out the other 3 cards. Mana Seism would be a lot better if you're losing your lands anyway, so that would be nice. Yeah, Mana Seism as a ritual in that big red deck. Storm Plan doesn't seem so bad. You float the mana. It's very true. Still don't think Restore Balance fits. Yeah, it didn't quite work. Did not quite work. Could mainboard the second Vendilion Click. Could even mainboard an Anger right now. It's modern. Like, Anger's mainboardable. Again, like, I still feel like we're not utilizing the green. It's just here for search, which makes me sad. Or an Ancient Grudge. I mean, that's not 0 value right now. Like, Grudge is really good right now. It's always been good in Modern. I just wish we had, like, 1 or 2 more cards that actually, like, embrace the green. I actually like the idea of, like, a Scavenging Ooze in the main board. I have, like, no graveyard hate. What about Early Harvest? Oh, yeah, Ray, J-Bone actually set us down that path and said we should do Early Harvest. Or Storm. Storm or some sort of Early Harvest, yeah. Float all the mana. My issue with Early Harvest is, like, some of the pieces to the Early Harvest combo, like, are permanents. So, like, those do get shuffled back in, but maybe it doesn't matter because you're making so much mana. Doesn't even matter. And it could be, like, it could be a wheel for, like, Early Harvest. Yeah, it could. I mean, maybe that's the thing about Mirror is it's just like trying to build it in a quote or unquote fair deck is just nearly impossible, right? And maybe that's the place we should be. That's a lot of entrancing. But maybe just for the first couple versions we want to play the playset just so we see it enough, just to see if we're like, oh, okay, this is good. Oh, this is really bad. If we want a combo, we need a Mana Engine. The Mana Engine's more important than the Mirror. Yeah, it is. Mirror is just the draw 7. And nothing else. And we already have to be mid-combo. Like, I like Mirror, like Madcap into Mirror in the middle of a combo. I do. I don't mind it. Like, in the middle of a big mana combo, like Big Mana Storm, that's not necessarily Gift Storm, but like Big Storm or, you know, a Storm that kind of goes over the top or like Early Harvest, as you guys have suggested. I like that idea. I like both of those ideas. Because then if you're mid-combo and you have a lot of mana floating, it doesn't matter. We can do that. Go really heavy on trades or like Death Cloud. Maybe not 8-rack. I like the Death Cloud idea. I like the Death Cloud idea a lot, actually. Let's run some more stuff so we don't just like totally suck against combo. Give me like, we'll run a Spell Snare. If I'm not trying to like, yeah. Like we're trying to have more setup for the experiment. So like I'm not necessarily, I don't think we need to sit back on Cryptics as much. I don't know, maybe it's still a Cryptic deck. It's complicated. That's what these last 3 spots could be anyway, even so. You see no downsides? Alright, Shadowless says play a Charm, play a Roast, play a Sudden Shock. Alright, we'll still be a Cryptic deck. I can't get away from it. The card is just too tempting. It's too tempting. What did I do with them? Oh. I think we should still be on cryptics. I still love the fun of Huntmaster. Makes me happy. Yeah, let's get into Braid and figure out the last sideboard card. I know you're like, BrewSpy, you didn't change much of anything, did you? Have you learned? Stipulation, Brew, man. Stipulation. Cryptic is played. Can't ever imagine a fair blue deck ever wanting this. Alright, take a step back and look at the deck for a second. Okay? Alright. I'm taking a step back. Well, I slid back in my chair. Alright, what do I see? What do I see? This will not be a cryptic deck. Kernot says you won't be able to play fair with Mirror as a central part. Okay. Alright, take a step back and look at the deck. It's awful and it does nothing. Yeah. I don't disagree. Yeah. Wall of Blood and Fling. Oh, Joe, there's a 2-drop green creature that kind of does that a little bit more efficiently. It's one that says it comes in with +1/+1 counters equal to the amount of life you've gained this turn. So Mirror is essentially, at least according to Gatherer, is counts as a 20 life gain for that turn. So you could play the 2-drop. Mirror doesn't trigger. I was considering the same plan. Yeah, the gain 20 life is actually kind of... What is the name of that creature? It's a green 2-drop. We're totally desperate enough for something like Joyra. What, Joyra Emrakul? I mean, then you like tie the sideboard together with the main board. Yeah, Joyra. And then it's like, now we're talking. Yeah, I mean, like, that would actually tie the sideboard plan of Emrakul and Breach to what the rest of the deck is doing. I mean, like, too often when I brew, I sometimes forget that, well, no, like, your sideboard is, part of your card pool. Like, you shouldn't necessarily separate them. I think Joyra would be the bridge to piecing this nonsense together with the sideboard plan I want to play. It's Worm. Oh, Voracious Worm. Yeah, Ray, I don't even hate the idea of Joyra. I don't hate the idea of Joyra. Because Joyra would actually tie the Through the Breach part of the deck to the experiment. We'd have a suspended Emrakul. I'm more than happy to experiment. Alright, we've built Rug Through the Breach, just with fewer Through the Breaches, and then we sideboarded them out. It's essentially what we've built. Yeah, I don't disagree. Let's open a new copy. I don't disagree with the criticism. I don't. Remember, we're trying to brew with a very, very, very difficult sideboard. I mean, a difficult mainboard element. Yeah. Okay. So let's remind ourselves that decks in Magic, your sideboard, yes, is an extension of the deck, but you shouldn't necessarily brew. Maybe this is the kind of deck we shouldn't brew completely disregarding the elements of the sideboard. So how many Joyras? I'm going to start moving cards to the sideboard real quick. And we'll try to find what really is the true core of what the deck should look like. Grudges should most always be sideboard, though. Dispel, you could main one, in theory. Melodies feel like more of a sideboard card, if any. That's the issue with that card. Vendilion Click could be a split, just like we did with the Anger, but if we're going to be more central on this idea, I like it. Do we even need the Gargadons anymore? Are we just suspending Emrakuls? I still don't see a way to make Mirror useful unless we play Burn or Big Storm. Burn, 8-rack, green-black, Eggs, Storm, Joyra. I mean, I'm interested in the Joyra idea, slightly. I'm slightly interested. Were there any other recent suggestions? No, not really. Epic, like Big Storm, like Epic Experiment, or just a Big Storm, or like the new spell that came out. Egg Storm, Epic Experiment, Dark Cloud, Death. I do like the Death Cloud idea too. We have to run 2 mirrors. Yeah, I kind of like fusing it together in a way. Within reason, we'll figure this out. Maybe we still sideboard that Dispel. Don't need Gargadons anymore because we have something else we're trying to suspend. And now, like, the Searcher tomorrows feel better in the deck because we are trying to ramp to 5 mana. Peer Through Depths have synergy with Through the Breach. So 2 more cuts. Okay. Yeah, we have to be on like 3 of this, right? Or more? This is going to be like a major element here. This pile's even sillier. Probably Ray. But keep in mind, like, my time zone. It's 3:41 a.m. in the morning for me. So, like, I would assume that things are going to get sillier as we go late into the night. Because I'm just really tired. You're just trying to jam combos into a fair deck. Well, we don't have to be green anymore. Like, we could just be playing like a Blood Moon variant. I have Blood Moons. And then we're not really trying to play fair anyway. And then I'm fine just, yeah, just jamming some combos. The rules seem fair. Yeah, the rules are much better now, J-Bone. The rules are much more workable now. And then we'll switch the mana base back to, if we do still want the green splash, it could just be like as a fun of Shockland for grudges, or we can just let it go. Try the burn deck, think it would be actively good. I just don't want to play burn. I hate to say it. I'll go ahead and say it. I just don't really want to play burn. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that desperate, actually. I think as we get closer to the end of the stipulation timer, I think I will be desperate enough to try burn. It would be actively less bad. That's actually where we would want to madcap. Would we? Would we? Don't forget to cut Huntmaster. Probably have to cut Huntmaster, yeah. That's true. Think we will actually hit a point where we want to be able to cast Madcap. Yeah. All right. I mean, that's the point. That's why the prize pool is there. It's motivation for me to keep jamming down this idea when I could be winning money, you know, playing Legacy or something, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Legacy. But, like, you know, with all this money on the line and we could be in a new streaming computer, like, it's very tempting to still be here. Play a league or 2 with burn, then go back to this nonsense. I don't have the money to build burn either. That's another issue. Remands, maybe? Maybe take advantage of the leave the battle part. Well, we tried that, Joe. I'm trying to remember exactly what went wrong with it, though. I don't want to throw the idea out immediately. I don't remember what exactly went wrong with that, but all right. Do I have more Sulfur Falls? I guess I don't. I do have Cascade Bluffs. So we could do like a more traditional blue-red moon mana base. Maybe run some ops. We looked into it. The best thing was Thragtusk. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine ramping into Tusks. I think Thragtusk is fine. Which begs the question, why not just use Thragtusk as Thragtusk instead? Mono Red is like 30 tickets for the Eidolon free. I wouldn't want to play it Eidolon free, Kurgot. We're not going to have this discussion. I'm tired and I don't want to necessarily. I don't have money to get into burn tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and just abolish that from the discussion. I'm going to be a tyrant. No, I'm kidding. But no, just for tonight's purposes, I can't actually get into burn. It would take too long. We're ending the stream in 15 minutes. So I want to just slap this together and play a game and go to bed. Next stream, absolutely ask me. Be like, You know what? Let's try the burn variant. And be like, okay, we got time. It's not 4 in the morning, almost. Play mill. It's basically like bad burn. I actually like mill in some aspects. I think it's interesting. Yeah, well, I don't have the budget to get into burn. I could grab like the Joyras and the Abrade, is what I'm saying. What would the mana base actually look like here? Is this supposed to be another sulfur? Probably. Probably like sulfur, sulfur. What else do I need? Play some Fury Charms. I don't know if I want the Fury Charm. I would maybe play Fury Charm over Abrade because they both hit an artifact, but like Abrade's much more playable. I also don't know if we need the Peer Through Depths as much anymore. We're not trying to piece things together as much, right? We're just like, we have these whammies. Clock spinning. Oh no, I'm trying to get us to 22 land. And then maybe even just the second remand. We have so many 3-drops, I might also need to like consider cutting a snap, cutting an experiment, and a cryptic, and like bring the curvature down, like do this, like turn these into 1-drops. Might be correct. Because we have a lot going on here. And like snap also doubles as a 4-drop. You have to keep that in mind when we have things like Logic Knot, Roast, Abrade, Remand. Like these probably have to turn into more lands, and then this probably has to become the Serum Visions. I mean, maybe like a Spell Snare might be spicy. Not this many melodies. No more than 1 or 2 of that effect. Probably just the fun of, even still. Snare. 2 other lands. I don't know what they would be. What I like about mirrors lets you dodge the downside of things like symmetric mill or a win con that would make both players lose. Yeah, Dicer plays. We just haven't figured out like what that would look like, right? That was the issue. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. We could run more blue fetches. Nothing wrong with running a little heavy on blue fetch when you're playing Blood Moon. Oh no, we need way more islands. What am I saying? Those are the lands we're actually missing. I don't necessarily need to even get another Sulphur Falls. We're missing. I want to be on like 6 basic island actually, and maybe not even the second mountain. Although it's a little greedy to not run it, but yeah, we need a lot more basic islands. That's what we're missing. I'm like sitting here like, man, this Blood Moon mana base looks so strange. There you go. That's the 22 most likely. And yeah, the breeding pool is super greedy, but I like it in theory. I mean, that could also be a stomping ground, but I've had issues with the stomping ground before, so let's stick with the breeding pool. What's up? Price of Progress, I wish. Oh, we have room for 2 cards in theory. Well, they probably need to be something that, if we're not going to run the 23rd or 24th land, it probably has to be something that gets us... It could just be a couple opts. I don't hate opt. It's not the worst card in the world. I can get some ops for this. Not bad. Streaming. Hey, what's up, Dodo? Good to see you, friend. Couple of ops, and these will be the cheaper ones. Then we have like 3 card sideboard slots. I like Mom Pop Thopter Shop. Let's go Pia, Kira, Nalar. Cut the Remand and just play 4 ops. Ooh, I do have a P and K. P and K. I actually even like that card enough to run the second. Like a couple of them. Just until I can think of like what we really want in the sideboard. Have I tried building something with Mirror of Fate and let's just mirror, try to build your own kind of Doomsday? I have not cracked shot. Please elaborate. That sounds sweet. Would you please elaborate? Because that sounds sweet. And we could like shove like a Kronos in the sideboard. I don't know. I don't. That's the issue. That's why we're here. Because I don't know. That's why we're stuck here. Because we don't know. Alright, Sulphur Falls. I feel like Chandra would be better. Than who? Let's just mirror in something like Ad Nauseam. Yeah, please elaborate, Crackshot. Please go on. Sorry, I just got here. Can you explain? Type exclamation mark mirror. We have some rules that we have to abide by to get the prize money. Alright, give me an abrade. Oh, not a foil abrade. Don't need a foil abrade. Need a couple of Joyras. Or at least 3. Chandra's better than Pia. Let's run them both. Let's run them both. I mean, I'm at the point. Oh God, these are so cheap. Of course they are. I'm at the point where we just need to play a game and I need to go to bed. So, and somebody said get 4 ops. I'll pick up 4 opt. I don't know what we would cut for the rest, but yeah, we can play 4. I just don't know what it's going to look like yet. And a second P and K. I need to get this order in so we have a chance of playing before it's time. So I'm trying to end on 4 Pia. Pia Killer in the lore. Card is great. Is wonderful. Alright, check out. But the lands will clunk up the draw. Alright, must play a major role in the deck's main strategy seems really hard. Yes, it is. That is what we're struggling with. That is what I'm struggling with. The struggle. That is the struggle. I mean, I see it here. Suspend Emrakul. Like, suspend something powerful, like an Emrakul. Madcap. I mean, the issue is without the green splash, or without being able to do the mirror instant speed, we're losing out on what? We're losing out on the ability to, yeah. Unfortunately, we're still losing out on the ability to do it at instant speed. I mean, maybe that's where we needed to go. Like, I feel like all the dirty things you could even theoretically do with mirror involve doing it in such a way, nuanced in such a way that it's instant speed. I actually have a Joyra. Interesting. Of course I do. Probe being banned is tough. Yeah. What about Street Wraith? Rituals. Damn, we lose the lands. What about Flicker Control? I like that idea, Dystar. We looked into like Flicker effects. Yeah, Ghostway, bounce our board, keep everything, draw 7. Yeah, I mean like a linear critter deck could be good too. We looked into a few different ways besides even just Ghostway or Interlude Dystar plays to mitigate the drawback. And it's funny, we've come full circle, right? We've already tried like a Blood Moon variant of like Breach, and like here we are again, and we've just mashed all the win cons into the main. But I mean, Joyra is the bridge to potentially doing that, because she's the piece that works for both in theory. Alright, let's jam. Oh no, we didn't get the Sulphur Falls, really? Oh no, we did. Cool. I was like, oh no! Alright, we're back on Blood Moon. Let's do it. I mean, here's the next thought. If our plan was to play this in a friendly, like, first of all, how friendly is Blood Moon? Second, how many of the friendly decks actually... I mean, like, the Comp League is where the Blood Moon's going to be much more powerful. Just in general, that's kind of how that goes. Usually the more expensive decks are the ones that are more punished by Blood Moon. So the fact that we're setting up to play like in the tournament practice room right now, next stream we're looking to play, you know, at least in the friendly league, if not the, you know, eventually I'd like to be on the comp leagues before this stipulation's done. Anyway, other option could be Shelldock Emrakul. See, now you're talking. Now you're talking my language. There's very little ways to disrupt that in Modern, right? Use Mirror to kind of be like a Doomsday Shelldock Isle. What about Quicken? Well, no, Shadowless, not for this deck, but yes, I was... Oh god, did our Moto crash again? Yep. You should just leave the event. It's not loading. God dang it. I like the idea of trying to turn it into a modern Doomsday. That's right up my alley. Like, I screw around with Doomsday as a sideboard plan in some of my legacy decks. So, God, Moto is just taking a total dump here. Oh my goodness. That might be the end of the stream. Let's wait for it to respond, I guess. That might be the end of Magic Online. Oh man. I mean, this isn't just frustrating for you guys. I need you to understand that this is also frustrating for me. No, I guess we're starting over. I'm gonna close it. This is garbage. Garbage! Garbage programming. Garbage. I'm gonna close the whole thing. Still would need a mana engine. What about Mirror Fate? Can Mirror Fate choose sideboard cards? What? It's 4 in the morning now, guys. I mean, I might just call it here. I'm so sorry because you guys are being so patient and you're waiting for, you know, us to jam a game with the new configuration, but, well, old plan into the main. And then it's like, well, is Madcap, you know, Mirror even doing anything anymore there? No. This is such a tough stipulation. It's so tough. It's kind of like building a worse storm. Oh, is that why it crashed? Because our opponent didn't concede? That could be it. No, it's probably going to say opponent has conceded, and then it's going to try to send us back to the lobby, and then we're going to be missing card art. This is what happened last time I rebooted Moto. This is literally what happened last time. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why? Why is the rum always gone? I appreciate the help, guys. I really do. Like, I did want to try to get the prize money, but it's like I'm so frustrated with Magic Online tonight. I think it might just be good just to end it here because it's just not working. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's look at a 6. Opponent waited for us, and that's what was going on. Because usually they concede, and then, like, Moto doesn't try to reload the game. So the fact that he waited for us actually kind of screwed us. Well, this hand's bad, but keep to a land. Let's do it. What's up, Top Zeta? I mean, of course I want to try to win the streaming computer, but like, part of me, like the part of me is just telling me that this is going to be too hard. Ancestral, oh boy. Speaking of difficult, the king of suspend cards, right? Oh, baby. All right. Well, got a Blood Moon, this guy. Got to find Blood Moon. Oh, we do. We're not going to resolve it, though, obviously. Blue-white Ancestral. Maybe like just a blue-white control. That doesn't scream Blood Moon, what I just did there. Shock, because I don't want him to think our hand is weak. Yeah, and that would be like a solid, like, Ray, we were looking into Hazarets, we were looking into, oh, I need this land drop. Alright. Still don't want to look weak. God, that breeding pool's so greedy. It's basically a mountain, you know, in the face of Blood Moon, obviously. is basically a mountain. Draw step click here. Whoa. Come on, Modo. Oh, maybe he was angry that I was bad talking it. It knows it's a bad program. It knows. Alright, click. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's clear the way for this cryptic, right? Because we're going to cryptic or we're going to remand his ancestral, right? Right? We're going to leave the dream. Live the dream. Wow, I am super tired if I'm saying live the dream. Live the dream. We're going to live the dream, stream. Give me an island. We're going to leave the dream. He's going to have no permission. We're going to counter this ancestral. It's going to be, oh my sweet lord. His hand is nothing but lands and an Elspeth. And then there was a chance. There was a literal chance. We actually might win. We've been down this dark road. Selective memory, then you're gonna hit. Wow, we might get there. Well, we might have just drawn him to a, oh god, the second mirror. Oh, we have to play 2 for the stipulation. Alright, well. Do we cryptic the ancestral or do we remand it? Remanding it just feels so dirty. It's so tempting. I mean, I'm exhausted, Joe. It is surely bedtime. All right, let's go for the remand. It's juicy. Let's do it. Don't have mana leak. Stop tapping mana. No. Oh, we can. Oh, remand targeting my remand. I can do it again. Stop trying to stop my remand. Yes, we did it. We did it. Yes. We did take the Elspeth, by the way. Maybe that was wrong. I should have just left it, maybe. That's kind of a clunker for him, and maybe it drew him to some gas. All right, there's the ancestral. What if you made Shared Fate Lich's Mirror? Oh, yeah, we went down that road, Joe. We did go down that road. We did try Shared Fate. Because actually, like, Madcap Mirror with Shared Fate on the board is actually kind of cool, because anything that we've played that's theirs, because they're still technically the owner, but we're the controller, we actually get to keep. And then anything of ours that they've played out, like permanent-wise or lands even, that we're the owner of, actually shuffles back into our library. It has, in theory, cool synergy, but oh wow, did we just win? Blood Moon. Oh, I should have tapped the breeding pool so I could like represent Logic Knot. That was stupid of me. Even if I didn't have the Logic Knot in my hand, I should have represented it perhaps. Oh, that's stuck. And we have 3 islands, so that's cryptic status. Alright. Rituals, Hazaret into memory. Set up a Labman win? Maybe. Should I just play this crap out? Maybe. Would he counter it? Maybe. What do you think? What do you think about this, opponent? How do you feel about this? Huh? If I would lose, I don't lose. If I would lose, oh, he didn't counter it. Man, I was hoping he'd like mana leak it or something. I was like, huh? 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 Yeah. Can't actually lose. Opponent is questioning our life decisions, that's all. Yeah. No, the basic planes! No, we don't have spreading seas, no! We need an Emrakul. Oh, we drew an Emrakul. And the world is beautiful again. Do we just jam it? Let's just jam it. You know what? Can we play around Mana Leak? No, we can't. You know what? Let's just do it. Don't have it, opponent! Stop it. Yes! Yes! It doesn't kill him, though. We have to bolt him. Oh, I should have left open red so we could bolt him. The puns! Ray says we don't need a jam. Nah, you just jam. You jam. Concession, we did it! Guys, we won, and Lich's Mirror was on the table. We did it. Don't think about the Blood Moon or the Breach. That had nothing to do with it. That had nothing to do with it. We tapped out for Lich's Mirror. We figured it out. We figured it out. Alright, that seems good. Yeah. You know I'm trolling you guys, right? An innocent troll, of course. The most innocent of trolls. Cut those, they seem bad. Very finesse. Thank you, Irish. Finesseful. Feels bad. We did it. Oh, I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving it in. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Oh, I know you're trolling too. Yeah. We're gonna get there. It's gonna happen. Bolts seem weak. Not that I cut them all. Bolts are still stronger than this garbage. Let's do it. Let's carry the rest. Let's do it. I mean, that's all we've been doing, right? That's really all we've been brewing is ways to try to carry the mirror. Ugh. Needed to actually do something. Needed to do something. I mean, guys, think about it. Through the Breach, 5 mana. Joyra, Suspend, Emrakul, also 5 mana, right? How is that bad? Explain. It is bad. That's me being sarcastic. It's very bad, because one's instant speed and awesome, and you can do it in their end step. The other is 3 mana 2/2. Yep. It didn't die, Star. That's the joke. I'm tired, and we're just raging at this point. That's actually what's Blood Moon can't lose. Can't lose. Blood Moon can't lose. In this match, actually, Joyra could be good. Yeah, Joyra actually could be good here. That's actually true. I mean, I'm more interested in the Joyra than I am the Madcap Mirror. We gotta figure that out. We gotta figure this card out, man. It's like the hardest. It's my own fault, right? Because I kind of began this gibberish, you know, over a week ago. It was my own demise. It was our own fault, guys. It was our own fault. We actually technically should take the Misty, even though he's going to be seeking out his basics, of course. I mean, if I am planning to moon, there goes our Lighthouse. This is actually really, really bad. What's going on here? This is not a good situation. No Emrakul to pair with the Joyra. I know somebody said this could be good, but I'm going to go bottom. Top. Although if I crack the fetch now, we're not even benefiting from bottoming the Joyra. Oh, just has this basic plane. Maybe I should have taken the moon out because I should have assumed that it's not usually good against blue-white. It was that last game, but it's not usually good. It's not usually where we want to be. I guess I'll just play the Sulphur Falls even. Alright, opponent. I mean, maybe he'll fight over the moon, even though it doesn't do anything here. Or very little. Well, Mystic Gate. Maybe I can jam this into a couple of counter spells and we're happy. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to jam these moons into some counter magic and then maybe we get to resolve the Chandra or the click. Come on, you want to counter this, right, dude? You want to counter this, right? Alright, this is how you lost last game, right? Right? He's countering it? Yes! Oh, man, yes! Yes, we traded a dead Blood Moon. We did it! We did it! Joyra is a Grey Ogre. Oh, we did it. Okay, maybe the moon's looking better by the minute. He just played 2 non-basics. Oh, top deck mirror, can't lose. You guys know I'm trolling, right? Yeah, we're trolling a little bit before I go to bed. That's all. Alright, draw step, click. Don't mind if I do. Try to actually stick the Blood Moon. No, we're trying to stick the Chandra. That's what this click is for. No! No, he's stop it. Don't have it. Literally can't lose. It says so. It says so. Yeah. That's what it says, right? Oh, the Force Spike Logic Knot just for the bad taste. The bad taste in my mouth. Alright, opponent. Well, I'm still going to jam this moon into your other Mana Lake, perhaps, so I could stick the Chandra. Right? Isn't that the plan? That was always the plan. I could also just play Lighthouse. It's actually the correct play. Like, Lighthouse and sit on Opt. Wait for our moment. Yeah. All right. We'll make the correct play. We'll make the correct play here. And hey, you know what? We can turn the first Lich's Mirror into something more useful. Find it funny if you make it the only artifact in the deck, it's got to be 100% essential as part of the plan. No, Slam Chandra. Nah, I'm going to Lighthouse. I'm going to Lighthouse. I'm going to Loot House. Oh, my sweet Lanta. He's lighthousing. He's ghost quartering my lighthouse. My sweet, sweet Lanta. All right. I'm going to ditch that one for now. Guys, that's how we make mirror useful. We make it a different... We make it into a different card. I figured out the mystery. He's on 3 cards and we just drew a Dispel. This is Chandra with Remand or Dispel backup. I still think I'm supposed to do Blood Moon with Remand Dispel backup, though. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, and we stick it. Sticked it, yeah. Alright. Breach. Yes. Yeah, oh, God, the 3rd Blood Moon? I was so happy to maybe see the first one. I mean, these are real Magic cards. These are, like, better than my average top deck. Except Breach we're not ready for, but... I don't know, maybe we're just going to win off of, like, Snapcaster Beatdown at this point. Yeah, it's bottom of the Breach, whatever. We'll try to get there with the Chandra and the Snapcasters. The cheese stands alone. Yeah. Cheese is down for the count for sure. Alright, well, let's stick it. What do you got? Chandra? Could wait for like one more land drop. He's only got access to one. Okay. He's only got access to that much. Serum Visions. Sure. I'll cast it because we have a Dispel. Seems fine. Free Serum Visions, Batman. Oh my. Snapcaster Cryptic. Yes, please. Top. Land go. And like Blood Moon, right? I mean, opponent's only 2 colors. What happened? What happened here? What went wrong? What went wrong? I don't even know. All right, this is going to be an Emrakul, right? Oh, it's a Snapcaster. Oh, we're gonna cast a free Snapcaster. Sure, let's do it. Let's do it. Alright, he scooped. Oh, man. We did it, guys. We figured it out. We did it. Can I have my $1,000 now? I'm just kidding. Lolcor knows I'm cheating. If did I just say... I meant to say kidding, not chitting. Anyway, that's a win for Mirror. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We didn't even have to use it. It was so good, right? Think about it that way, from that perspective. All right, so we tried this for starters. We tried this. Needless to say, didn't work. Yep, this version didn't work. We tried. Yeah, it's like a modern Madcap, Chess Guide, shenanigans. We tried. Melody is some Gargadons. Yeah, this is us trying. Didn't get there. Then we tried a Temur build, Search for Tomorrow, with Madcap, and then we were thinking about Bring to Light. Well, no, we didn't actually run this version. These were still just Madcaps. But anyway, tried this. It worked, but like the reason that we were winning was this part of the deck and not this part. Well, no, these were helpful. You get the point. We still haven't figured it out. We still haven't pieced it together. And I'm worried. And I'm worried because time is running out to win the money. And it's not so much the money, it's the new streaming computer. Like, that's why I really want to do this. It's like, you know, money is money, but like the fact that it's money specifically for a new streaming computer, the fact that we had a crash earlier tonight makes me really think that we could really use it. Anyway, this is what we just played. This version. 3 snaps. Ooh. Only 3. We just need to cast Spike. Tournament Grinder into Lotus, Channel into Mirror. I know, like, Channel is, like, perfect for Mirror. Money is money, but Lich's Mirror could be anything. Even money! Alright, guys. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. Please help us figure this card out, please. We also tried Shared Fate tonight extensively. That also didn't work. So I think we tried all the like potentially like semi-fair decks with Lich's Mirror. None of them have panned out. So it's probably time to start tapping into the unfair ideas. Like Big Storm, Eggs, Death Cloud. Actually, Death Cloud's still kind of a fair deck. I do love the idea of Death Cloud. Hang on, I had a Death Cloud build. I updated a list I saw that was played a few years ago. Let me find it. Death Cloud. Maybe that's where we should have been all along. I like Death Cloud. The Mirror of Doom! Alright, Ray says now that we've gotten all that horrible fairness out, we can use the card as intended. Let me pull up this Death Cloud list. It's loading. Give me a sec. I assume it's loading because Moto's tanking. And I've already clicked on this. I'm assuming it's loading. I hope so. What about Doomsday tomorrow? Wolkmik says, I told you yesterday, eggs. Propier says, I found limited success with a Grixis control shell with mirror combo to refuel for the last few burn spells. Thanks, Propeebs. Wow, this isn't loading at all. Oh, okay, Moto's just taking a dump. Yes, we've done it. It's loaded. But we have no picture, of course. Whatever. I'm just showing you the concept. It's okay if we don't have the arts because we're not going to play it because I'm exhausted. But this was based on the username was ECHCEC. I can't pronounce his name, but whatever. Really sweet list. We made some augments to the list, so I'm not trying to say that we made it better because of those augments. But there are some new cards that came out since he played the deck. Namely, Bloomy Marsh came out. So it makes the mana in this kind of style deck a little bit better, potentially. That's a lot of Field of Ruin. But anyway, I guess we can get away with it, kind of. And like new Manlands have come out, like it used to be, you know, Treetop or nothing in this color combination. Now you can like play with things like Quagmire. There's like lilies in this thing. There's like actual good cards in this thing. Do we want to ruin the deck by adding Mirror to it? I don't know. Would that ruin the deck? Maybe. I mean, I don't think Modern's slow enough anymore for Grave Titan, to be honest. But yeah, something like this could be fun. You're too poor, can't afford art. Yeah. This is why we need the money. What, this is why I need money so I can play playset of Liliana the Veil? No, what I'm going to do, I think this is barely within our budget if I send back everything that I'm borrowing from Card Hoarder. We should be able to play the playset of Lily. With another Lily. With another Lily. Yeah. I mean, let's open a new copy. I don't want to ruin this one. Not that mirror ruins anything. Alright, so we have to have 2 mirrors. Okay. So what will the cuts be? Alright, I have lots of Death Cloud lists. I play it all the time. It's definitely a cool idea. You should still do Hazoret's Undying. No, let's shove a couple of mirrors in here and see if this is a happier shell. Let's just mirror. Just play double mirrors and play Doomsday? I mean, I still don't see... I understand somewhat what you guys were talking about with the whole double mirror thing. Dark Petition can also grab the mirror. That's cool. I wasn't too fond of the Primal Command, but then again, I punted like the game that we had the Primal Command. There wasn't a mainboard ooze in the last variant of this. You could cut like the mainboard Pulse or something. Fatal Pushes feel great. Oh yeah, the deck didn't have Fatal Push back then either. Like there have been some nice little improvements to this archetype. You could cut like the 3rd Garrick. You could cut like a Harmonize. I mean, we could cut something. So if you do Mirror of Fate, is that another 5-mana artifact? Okay, so use Mirror of Fate to piece together a Doomsday kill. You set your deck up to be Labman plus the mana to cast it plus Street Wraith. Okay. Okay, so we need 10 mana. Alright, I'm with you so far. You get to order them? Ugh. I guess you don't. Yeah, I mean, this plus that. Exile the whole library with like something like, I guess the most mana efficient way to do it, not necessarily the best way to do it, would be exile the whole deck to something like, no, you have to hit them both with Hazarets, and you do get to order. Really? Hazarets could get both if you sculpt them to the top. So Hazaret's Undying Fury into cast Mirror and Mirror. And then we set up a Labman kill with Street Wraiths. Okay. Okay. We want like a Pact Negation in that pile? I feel like I would want a Pact Negation in that pile. In that stack. Wouldn't we? Wouldn't we want a Pact Negation in there? That's a cool idea. Yeah, I don't know what we would cut for these. I mean, the Grave Titan felt like overkill. I like these other drops here. I mean, maybe the main board Damnation. No, that's a nice tutor target. Maybe the main board Ooze or like the 4th Lily. It also just makes the deck really expensive. I'm not saying that we don't want Lily as the playset. I'm just saying that's something we could consider going to the 3 of. We'd also need to kill ourselves somehow. Yeah, they protect the combo. We'd have to kill ourselves. The most mana efficient way I can think of is Spoils. It also exiles the whole deck so that Mirror of Fate has things to get. It's exiled, right? Choose up to 7 face up exiled. Spoils of the Vault does not exile face down, right? I have Spoils. All right. Yeah, reveal. So that's gonna be face up. Cool. Most of the time, it's going to be face up. It's rare that it's face down. All right, well, I'll link this, though. This could be maybe next time I can grab the cards to play this. But let me start brewing the idea that you guys had before I lose it. Oh, I didn't get all the cards in there. That's okay. It's just missing a wood of foothills. Let me open a fresh deck list and Modern Doomsday. Sure. At this point, I'm down for whatever. Modern Doomsday. Alright. How do we make it work again? Simian Spirit Guides, Street Wraiths, Metamorphosis. Okay. Well, I mean, we need a way for us to die. Is this how we were doing it? And we also have to exile our whole deck to be able to actually select things with Mirror of Fate. God, this is such jank, but this would literally be the beginning of us actually using, I don't know if we need that many spoils, but this would be the beginning of us actually using the combo piece. Lich's Mirror. How many Lich's Mirrors? I mean, like, there's so many questions that this combo would be asking, like, how many Hazaret's Furies, how many Rituals, how many, yeah. We also could just Selective Memory. Oh, this is shuffle first, then exile the top 4, so it's just rando. So you'd want the playsets then, believe it or not. Maybe. I don't know. It's tough. This is really difficult. We're just spinning the dice at that point. All right, Laboratory Maniac. What about Inverter of Truths? Okay, so we need something like Spoils or Selective, or Wilkemick suggests Inverter of Truths. Okay. I like the idea of Street Wraith. Or other, like, like Metamorphose if we don't have enough life points. Inverter of Truth. Oh, that's that Eldrazi that had like a terrible drawback. This guy. Yeah, exile your whole library. There you go. Alright, yeah. So this does nothing until we're already comboing off. So we have 13 do-nothing cards. I'm in it. We're in it to win it. Alright, Simian Spirit Guides. The classic 13 do-nothing cards. Alright, now let's build the rest of the deck to do those 13 do-nothing cards. Leveler? Does Leveler exile our whole deck? Okay, yeah, that works too. It's colorless. Useful. That might be easier. That might be the better, even though it's more mana than the rest of these, like the fact that it's colorless is neat. Alright, I'm in. Is Real Terrible a drawback? It costs 2 and 2 black mana instead of 4 colorless. No, I mean, I'm all in. Like, everything else that we've tried to make work, Ray, has been really bad. So I'm down for, like, this would be, like, the literal, as in, like, this is we slide the chips into the middle of the table and say, I'm all in, dealer. Pyretic Ritual. Desperate Ritual. Play Chalice and Moon. What? Run some moons, maybe in the sideboard, kind of like Storm style, like Storm sideboard plan. Yeah, sure. We could do like Empty the Warrens for game. They'll have more disruption for this, so like game 2 and 3, we could like do that, maybe. Dubious Challenge. Alright, Metamorphosis, Rituals, Desperate, Writs. Could just put Empty in the main too if you want. Yeah, you might have to. This is like trying to be Big Storm, but no, it's not as focused to actually pull off a Grape Shot, I would imagine. Without like the Metamorphoses and the Reducers, I don't think it'd be able to. I mean, without the Remands and the Reducers. We're allowed to have backup plans? We are. That's very true. How many Pact of Negation? And would they even need to be main board? This deck actually feels good, says Crackshot. I don't know about that. Yeah, but they're extra hits for Hazoret. Oh, that's true. So maybe we just have to run these as well. And just like, well, we didn't get there with the Build Your Own Doomsday, but at least we hit an Empty the Warrens, and well, I guess that was maybe good enough for some matchups. So this is like 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and then everything else above it. God dang it. Well, okay, we can put Labman down there, sure. Like 5s and 6s. Yeah. This is 0. Now we're talking. Pretty sure Doomsday is known for playing jank. Yeah, it's like try to build a modern Doomsday. Sure. It is indeed known for the jank. Mana-size-em, right? Like now we start looking into the weird janky rituals, right? Because we're not using our lands where we're going, right? So like this is a consideration for just even more mana. It's just like another ritual. Because we're not planning on taking the lands where we're going. Street Wraith, okay. Sure. I mean, yeah, chalices are interesting too. We have no 1-drops. And I don't know if the deck will be running 1-drops. Unless we want to be on like, you know, I'm thinking. I mean, obviously that would mean we don't want to be on Spoils as the way to exile our deck. We're trying to use Leveler to do it because it's a colorless way. Alright, what about a card like Lost Legacy or Bitter Ordeal? Just be insane with the current stipulation. Straight removing your opponent's Lich's Mirror Straight removing your opponent's Lich's Mirror must be good when it has to play a major role in your deck. Straight remove. I'm trying to understand what you're saying there, Joe. Straight removing your opponent's Lich's Mirror. Why do my opponents have a Lich's Mirror? Yeah, but spoils kills us instantly. You could play Serum Powder. You could, if we're just gonna have to mulligan to Oblivion until we find a playable hand. The problem is how useful is that whilst we're in the middle of comboing off? Not all that useful. No, I mean, we need a way for us to die, right? That's the other issue. And no, it couldn't be the new red time stop. Like, that wouldn't be good enough. I'm still confused what you were trying to say, Joe. So isn't a card like Lost Legacy or Bitter Ordeal just insane? Straight removing your opponent's Lich's Mirrors. Helps cast Hazoret. And it's free mana if Hazoret hits it, so it's not awful. It's not the worst. I'm not trying to say it's the worst. Alright, Stipulation League. Get 10 people to all brew with this stip for the grand prize. That'd be interesting, Wilkmook. Our opponents are just in a normal mono league. Sorry, missed the rules. Yeah. If we queue up against enough people, then someone's bound to win. Yeah. I mean, the Grishelbrand deck that did well at the tournament earlier, well, I guess it's yesterday now, was playing sideboard Chalices, Packs, and Blood Moons. Not that I'm saying we're Grishelbrand, I'm just saying they were an all-in combo that, like, they had some of the same sideboard pieces as us. Like, we could be running, I mean, now I'm trying to think about the stuff that would stop Big Storm besides Permission. I mean, Eidolon. People play that. Both Eidolons, actually, would be a problem. The red Eidolon would be a problem, obviously, and even the white Eidolon would be also a problem. You only need to get lucky, win 10 times in a row, play enough, it could happen. Yeah. I mean, how many lands does this thing play? Do we want, like, red fetches and mountains? I mean, like, what does it look like? Like, what are the color requirements here? We have, like, one blue card and a bunch of big red spells. What if we can get the mirror to our opponent, and we run Tainted Remedy, Reign of Gore, to kill them? Just play Isochron's Silence? Oh, you guys. Labman will just get played off Metamorphose, all you need is red. I mean, that's a nice, like, touch, right? People would look at this and be like, oh, look how inexpensive the mana base is. Oh, we should have Gemstones, though. Not Gemstone Mine. Sorry, Gemstone Caverns. We can play Caverns here, right? Like 2 or 3. Maybe not the playset. I think the playset's greedy because it's legendary. We do have to make some land drops. Yeah, give me some Gemstone Caverns. Like 2 or 3. I think 3 is like the maximum greed. Well, the absolute maximum greed is the playset, but like I think that's greedy. I think 3 is fine. Yeah, so we could play like just basics and gemstones. If we actually want fetches, we could do that too. Just run some generic red fetches. Could also play Cavern of Souls. Like Cavern of Souls, name wizard, name human. Oh man, what if we started off a game with Cavern of Souls on human go? People would be like, oh, playing against humans? What? Oh, that's that many mountains that I have that match. That's sad. Of this art, anyway. So, you want like a Cavern of Souls in this thing? Okay. Sure. What else? And then you have to start considering, well, is Simeon part of the mana base? Is Street Wraith part of the mana base? Kind of. They kind of are? Sort of? Maybe. Yeah, kind of. They're kind of lands. No. Exclamation mark, card, and then Mirror of Fate. Oh, this is like the Doomsday part. So this is sacrifice, Mirror of Fate, choose at the 7 face-up exile cards you own. Exile all those cards from your library, then put the chosen cards on top. The awkward part about Mirror of Fate is only if they changed the wording a little bit. If it said sacrifice Mirror of Fate, exile all the cards from your library, then choose up to 7 face-up exile cards you own. Like, maybe the card would have been too good. Because the wording is sacrifice Mirror of Fate, then choose up to 7 face-up exile cards you own, period, exile. The problem is, like, we need a way for us to exile our own deck besides, like, levelers. Or maybe not. I mean, like, leveler at least is colorless. So we can just make red mana, it doesn't matter. I think we need more rituals. Yeah, I mean, I assume the deck would mulligan horribly, so I would consider something like powder. I mean, how many levelers would we have to play before we consistently get the whole exile our deck effect, or how many of these other really bad cards? I just don't know. And I don't think anybody in chat's going to have a better answer. I mean, this is the kind of deck that is just so out there, we'd have to play test it. And I assume the first few versions would just result in goblins, and we're like, oh, the deck's good, right? Like, it's doing what we wanted it to do. It's like, well no, BrewSpy. Should probably still be 2 more lands even still. Let's go full greed. Give me the 4th gemstone, whatever. It'll hurt us sometimes, but I think we need the acceleration. Give me 1 more. And, because if we're on the draw, we definitely need it even more so. I mean, maybe our sideboard needs to have ley lines, because people are just going to thought seize us out of the game. And burn would race us. This is about money. No, this is about brewing. Fundamentally, it's about brewing. It's not all about the money. It's not. Maybe Pact has to be sideboard for decks that actually were worried about interacting with us. Because if we make the Doomsday, quote or unquote, the Doomsday stack good enough, then in theory we can Street Wraith our way and cantrip our way through them having removal spells, in theory. Or like the removal spell decks, we just hope that we at some point during the Hazarets hit and empty the Warrens at some point. Mirror is not the most fun build around card. No, it is not. It is not. Yeah, but Powder's amazing though. It'll exile cards for free. Yeah, I know it does set up the Lich's Mirror. I doubt we'd ever hit like the perfect cards on the Serum Powder though, to actually, you know, justify. What if we Serum Powder the Maniac though? What happens then? Then we have to do the Empty the Warrens. Like, do I have to run like 2 ofs of everything just to mitigate the fact that we might accidentally have to mulligan away? I mean, like, do I have to run 2 Maniacs? Do I have to run 2 Levelers? Or no, I guess it doesn't matter that it got exiled. Never mind. Yeah, because of the way the Mirror of Fate works. Okay. Interesting. It doesn't matter that we have singletons. That's fascinating. Yeah, Wolkmik says it wants it removed. Well, it's not good at all. That's why the difficult is so difficult and worth up to, yeah, a lot of money. It is. It's enough to get us a new computer and then some other upgrades to the channel. How many other rituals do I need? So we have Pyretic, Desperate, Manamorphose. We need more rituals besides just also the Simian. Like we need more rituals. This is big red. Like what other rituals am I going to be running? And then do we do like 3 ofs of both of these? Like, is that more correct? And then, like, the 4th empties in the board? I don't even know. Like, is that the correct configuration for this monster? Oh, jeez. And then we need the last 6 slots have to be lands and or rituals, right? So any other tech lands for this thing? Do we want, like, a scry land, maybe? Don't bother with this now. I am exhausted, Ray. It's like almost like you're gonna need to sleep on it and look at it fresh. Okay. This is just the initial brainstorm. What are other rituals that net us mana, right? We looked at the 4-drop one. They've cut like all the rituals that potentially could net you mana in Modern. Most of them. I mean, they left Desperate and Pyretic. There's like the 4-drop green one. Could have potential. And then we need to run a mana base that's capable of casting that. Yeah, that's what I was talking. What is it? Of the Suns? Or Channel the Sun? Suns? Channel the Suns? It's Channel. Yeah. That's 4 mana for 5. 4 mana into 5 mana. Is it bad? You betcha it's bad. But it technically generates... It makes you go up 1 mana. And that's very rare in Modern right now. There's a huge movement, you know, a while back that they just tried to get rid... I mean, what was it? What was another major ritual in Modern a long time ago that got cut? It was back with like the Dragonstorm days. Just play some more Mana Seisms. It's not good. You solved it. Well, Mana Seism is the kind of ritual that you really can only utilize once or twice whilst we're looping, is my issue with this one. It's kind of like Rain of Filth in like Tess. I think Tess plays Rain of Filth. It's kind of like a Rain of Filth, except worse, because it makes colorless mana. Just play Seething Song. Wolkmix says I solved it. Geosurge can cast mirrors. Yeah, Rain of Filth. Until end of turn, lands you control, and it's also only 1 mana and instant. Jeez, it's so much better. But until end of turn, lands you control, gain, sacrifice this, add black to your mana pool. So it's kind of like a really bad Rain of Filth. And you usually can't run more than 1 of that, but I hear you. Geosurge. Would that be better than Channel? So Geosurge won't cast Undying Fury. It would cast the artifact part of our deck. I don't know if we can justify that, because then I'll just have 8 mana in my pool that only hits these specific cards. That might be bad. Modern will probably never get the good rituals back. Probably not. Yeah, so, I mean, the problem is it's a little bit too specific. I'm down for channels. I mean, like, I'll play the playset even if we, like, augment the mana base a little bit. I know it looks jank, but like besides Mana Seism, there's not many other rituals that actually do this effect, and we probably need to add just another land anyway. What about Indomitable Creativity? All right, put 4 goblins into play, cast this for 4, get the Mirrors, Maniac, and the Leveler. Creativity. Get goblins and then turn it into Mirror, Maniac, and Leveler. Well, no, wouldn't we just need... Well, first of all, I feel like we're still building a better better Mirror of Fate deck than we are Lich's Mirror. So what is Lich's Mirror still doing in our deck, right? Is it because we've exiled our entire deck, and then we're going to lose the game, but we don't lose the game? But then the instead happens, and then like everything we were trying to set up with the Mirror of Fate doesn't happen? Or is it because I can do this in response? Like... Explain. It'll be a draw trigger. Ray says it's the draw engine for Labman. What? It is the draw engine for Labman. I think I get what you're getting at, but I'm not sure. We need to draw Simians, Labman, and the rest of the library. It gets you as close as possible to drawing out. Alright, my idea was that we exile and have 0 draw 7 for 5. But how are we killing ourselves? My idea was that we exile all others, have draw 7 for 5. But how are we dying? I still don't see how we're dying. Like, how are we killing ourselves still? I mean, it might just because it's like almost 5 in the morning for me, so I'm just maybe not seeing it. I just don't see how in this list we're killing ourselves. That's why we need something like Spoils. Okay. You can make room for it somehow. What about selected memory instead of mirror fate? Well, okay, with selected, I mean, the only issue with selected memory is, although it is one less mana, it's colored mana. And it seems like colored mana is at a real premium with this the deck the way that it is. Right? Isn't that kind of the issue here? Even so? Definitely think it needs to be more than 15 lands, obviously. No matter how many Street Race and Simians you run, it needs to be like 18. So like my last two slots need to be, I mean we can cut like channel some number of channel. Channel the Suns will fix your mana problems? No, no, it's here just because it's a ritual that, I mean again we're not fixing into it unless we have Manamorphose, so I actually think our mana base has to be able to fix itself into green on occasion, naturally. So like Stomping Ground. I think we have to go for the fetch land mana base. And that's way too many gemstone caverns. And the Cavern of Souls is cute. We shouldn't need it. Right? Are we worried that they're gonna literally counter the Maniac? I think that's overkill. Give me just some generic, I mean we could run Foothills, it's fine, but just give me some red fetches, I think. Also could play Fist of Suns, 5 mana do nothings. 5 mana do nothing artifact tribal. Oh, we don't have Wooded Foothills art? Oh, weird. Well, we have the part that matters for the purposes here of brewing. What about snow-covered mountains and scrying sheets? Oh yeah. Just played Toward Nothingness. Well, this is 18 land. And it's just 8 rituals. These are just filtering in this deck if we don't have anything like Brawl or Electroman. And then like 4 like really bad rituals, but we can't really run more than one mana size them. But like we can run more than one of this. It's just really bad. I like it. I don't like it, but whatever. I mean, I have some Bloodstain, Myers. Just whatever red fetches I can get our hands on. I have a Tarn. I say I have a Tarn because the other Tarns we're using tonight are borrowed. So we like play like a Tarn. I have Arid Maces too. I mean, I don't know how many of these different... And then if you do you want to diversify because Lantern's being played reasonable amount. I also do have Arid Mesa. We could diversify the fetches too. Play a little bit around Lantern, I guess. If that's like a thing. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So cut, 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 cut. It's 24 right there. No, that's 16. That's not good enough. Maybe just put 2 mountains back in. Let's see how many fetches, how many green source. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This deck will never beat Landon, not in a million years. Oh, I was just merely joking, my friends. Anyway. Not in a billion years. Not in a billion. Not even if... Alright. Yeah, I mean, that's a good jumping off point. We're certainly jumping off. Alright. Screenshot it. You guys work on it. Modern Doomsday. There you go. I'm going to bed. I'm so tired now, guys. It was fun, though. I'm going to host another streamer. I don't know who to host. You guys have a recommendation? You guys have a recommendation? Yeah, Stipulation Brew. Alright. If you hit Hazaret's, you could suspend a Lotus. We could play Lotuses. What, reshape? We could play Lotuses in this, too. We're not stuck by not being able to play Art. We're like, Easily, like in all the channels, like maybe the Lotus Blooms might be where we're supposed to be. Speaking of which, did you guys watch Slay the Spire? I've seen a lot of people streaming this, by the way, just on an off note chance. It's kind of like an RPG mixed with a dungeon crawler mixed with a card game deck builder thing. It does seem semi interesting. It's still one of those like, Steam and development games, I think. All right, let's see. Let's look at Magic the Gathering. Just a thought. I thought about maybe getting it and maybe even streaming it, but anyway. Are there no Magic streams going right now? Really? Wow, it's like way, way, way down. There we go. There are 513 viewers from Magic. All right, so Z Magic. E-Man's playing Sisters. Okay, Soul Sisters. Holtzman. Yeah, I guess you guys aren't all this interested in this kind of jank. I understand. Alright, somebody's playing Blood Artist, Wombo Combo, Squaw Chief. I like Squaw Chief okay. I watch him myself sometimes. Ugandan Mentor? What? Yeah, Night Ray. No, it's Chandelar. This guy's playing Mentor in Modern. That seems sweet.
These
Yeah, he's playing Esper Mentor.
and
That seems sweet. I'll go ahead and host this
I
guy.
do not like brutality. I don't think
See you
it's
guys on the
fair.
next Bruce by the Magic Guy show.
I'd rather have Seeker. So brutality can fuck us too. And let's actually I'm gonna keep Tasco. I want to try and hit the disenchant eventually. Cut lingering souls. Let's go. Oh wait, hang on. No, how do I undo that? Can I undo that? I want this card.